Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. We have Spot here today, so say hi to Spot. Oh, okay, he wants down. Okay. I also got Cupcake underneath my table here, and I'm petting her right now as I speak. But I have my door open because cats get a little weird when the door is shut. Even though, I shut my door at night because, I like my privacy when I sleep. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to briefly go over every single branch of our current government and just giving you a quick rundown of everything. I actually also have to apologize for how long yesterday's video was. I thought it was real important for me to talk about every single presidential candidate that is currently available. Because, I'm all big on all that. And it's just, who to think about when you go out to vote for the primaries starting in early next year, like March or April or somewhere around that time. Anyways, we're going to go in order of the way how the Constitution has everything set. So it's legislative, executive, judicial. So we're going to start over in the legislative branch with Congress. And we're going to start with the upper house, which is the Senate. We're currently in our 118th Congress. It is currently the first session because, we got a new Congress in start out this year. The Senate hasn't changed since January 23rd. We currently have 49 Republicans, 48 Democrats, 3 independents, and no vacancies. President pro tempore is Senator Patty Murray of Washington, who is a Democrat. Majority Leader is Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, also a Democrat. And the Minority Leader is Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, who is Republican. And like I said, no vacancies. Now, if we go over to the opposite side of the building to the House of Representatives, the House hasn't changed since March 7th. There are 435 in total, in which we have no vacancies, so that's cool. We have 222 Republicans and 213 Democrats. No independents, no libertarians, no vacancies. So, yay. Current House Speaker is Congressman Kevin McCarthy of California's 20th district. Sorry. The Majority Leader is Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana's 1st, who is Republican. Kevin McCarthy is also Republican, by the way. Minority Leader is Hakeem Jeffries of New York's 8th District, who is a Democrat. Like how I said before, there are no vacancies. However, that was a great voice crack. The seat for Rhode Island's 1st District will go for a special election sometime soon because the current holder is expected to resign somewhere around June 1st. So within, 3 or 4 weeks time is when that person will resign, and then we'll have a vacancy. I don't remember if that person is a Democrat or not. I think that person's Democrat because, how Rhode Island is. Part of New England. they're always Democrat over there. Okay, so speaking of, oh, I should. The majority in the Senate is quote unquote Democrat, even though the 3 independents do clause along with the Democrats. So combining them together, you have 51 to 49. So yeah, Democrats control. They pretty much have the majority in the House, or not in the House, but in the Senate. And the majority in the House is obviously the Republicans. 218 was the majority number, and they pretty much have 4 more. So they rule the majority by 4 seats. So, speaking of the President Pro Tempore of the Senate and the Speaker of the House, we're going to go over to the executive branch with the current line of presidential succession, as we always do. So, this is just going to be real brief and simple. Although there is one member of the line of succession that is kind of because that person is allegedly supposed to be confirmed to be the next person of that office, even though they're currently acting for that office. Well, we'll get to that person in a sec. So we're gonna go right from the top of my list here to the bottom. Now, even though the president is not technically part of the line of succession, but I always like to throw the president on there, as well as the Chief Justice at the bottom, but we'll get to the Chief Justice in a little bit. So, President of the United States is still Joe Biden. He's our 46th. He's been in office since January 20th of 2021. Alright, so from here on down, before the Chief Justice, our actual line of succession. So first in line, Vice President is still Kamala Harris. She's number 49. She's been in office since, well, the same day as Biden, January 20th of 2021. Speaker of the House, we have the Republican Kevin McCarthy, obviously. He's Speaker number 64. Biden and Harris are Democrat, obviously. You guys know that. Kevin McCarthy has been in office since January 7th. Through a hell of a voting round for House Speaker, if you remember, in the early parts of the year. President Pro Tempore of the Senate, as I said before, it is Senator Patty Murphy. She is number 126. Yeah, we have a lot of those, apparently. And she's been in office since January 3rd of this year. Okay. And now we go over to the presidential cabinet, which is the rest of the line of succession. So, Secretary of State, we have Antony Blinken, who's number 71. He's been in office since January 26th of 2021. Secretary of the Treasury, we have Janet Yellen, who is number 78. She's been in office since January 25th of 2021. Both of them are Democrats, by the way. Secretary of Defense is Lloyd Austin III, who is number 28. He is considered his political party is actually unknown, so I have him marked down as an independent because who knows what party they actually are. But he's been in office since January 22nd of 2021. The Attorney General, who heads the Department of Justice, which you could also say the Secretary of Justice, but you know the technical correct term is the Attorney General, is Merrick Garland, who is number 86. He's been in office since March 10th of 2021, and just like Defense Secretary Austin, his political party is unknown, So I have him marked down as independent. Alright. Secretary of the Interior, we have Deb Haaland. She is number 54. She's been in office since March 15th of 2021. Agriculture, we have Tom Vilsack, who is number 32. He's been in office since February 23rd of 2021. Commerce, we have Gina Raimondo, who is number 40. She's been in office since March 2nd of 2021. Everyone else are all Democrats up until the Chief Justice, by the way. Just so I throw that out there before I forget. Secretary of Labor. Well, here's the thing. Currently we have a acting Secretary of Labor. Because the former Secretary of Labor, Marty Walsh, stepped down back in March. And so the Deputy Secretary of Labor is currently acting, and Biden wants her to be the actual next Secretary of Labor. So she's kind of been acting ever since Marty Walsh resigned back in March. So if she does get confirmed, she'll be number 30, but her name is Julie Su. And like how I said, she's acting. Health and Human Services, we have Xavier Becerra. He's been in office since March 18th of 2021, and he is number 25. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, we have number 18, Marcia Fudge, who was formerly a Democratic congressman, or congresswoman, I should say, from right here in Ohio. I don't remember which district, but she was formerly, here in Ohio. She's been in office since March 10th of 2021. Transportation, we have number 19, Pete Buttigieg. He's been in office since Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd of 2021. Energy, we have Jennifer Granholm. She's number 16. She's been in office since February 25th of 2021. Education is Miguel Cardona. He's number 12. He's been in office since March 1st of 2021. Veterans Affairs, we have number 11, Dennis McDough, who's been in office since February 8th of 2021. And last of the line of succession and of the cabinet, Secretary of Homeland Security, which is currently number 7, Alejandro Mayorkas, and he's been in office since Groundhog Day, February 2nd of 2021. Now, for fun, just like how I always do, I always throw in the Chief Justice in there. But we're just going to go ahead and jump over to the Supreme Court with that in mind. So, our current Chief Justice is John Roberts. He is number 17. He is considered, he actually doesn't have a political party, but many like to believe, myself included, that he is an independent. Our last Chief Justice, William Rehnquist, was also considered an independent too, and he had to oversee the Bill Clinton impeachment trial. Remember that? That was back in '98, guys. That was well over 20 years ago. But anyways, he was appointed by President George W. Bush with a confirmation vote of 78 to 22. And he took his term on September 29th of 2005. Clarence Thomas, who is currently the longest serving person of the Supreme Court. He's been appointed by George H.W. Bush with a confirmation vote of 52 to 48, and he took his term October 23rd of 1991. Samuel Alito, appointed by Bush Jr., which, Bush Sr.'s son, obviously. His confirmation vote was 58 to 42, and he took his spot on January 31st of 2006. Next up, Sonia Sotomayor, appointed by Barack Obama, with a confirmation vote of 68 to 31. She began her term on August 8th of 2009. Alana Kagan was also appointed by Obama with a vote of 63 to 37. Her term started on August 7th of 2010. Next, Neil Gorsuch, appointed by Trump with a vote of 54-45. His term started on April 10th of 2017. Next up, Brett Kavanaugh, appointed by Trump with a vote of 50 to 48. His term started on October 8th of 2018. After him, we have Amy Coney Barrett, who was appointed by Trump with a vote of 52 to 48. Her term started on October 27th of 2020. You guys remember that, right? I sure as hell do. And the most recent member of the Supreme Court to be appointed to that position, or anywhere of that, is Ketanji Brown Jackson, appointed by Joe Biden. Her confirmation vote was 53 to 47, and her term started on June 30th of 2022. So, I once again apologize for this video being very, very long. We're coming up to almost 18 minutes. And, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often. Or I give you all a brief update, like, every other month or so. Hopefully. Now, if something else were to happen, like if someone dies or resigns, or if we get a new person in any of the branches of government, I will most definitely do a video of, and, all that and everything else. But, thanks so much for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow with our regular scheduled programming. And, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.